What can oppose the decline of the West is not a resurrected culture, but the utopia that is silently contained in the image of its decline. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. It is not enough to show how clever we are by showing how obscure everything is. You don't have to like someone, but you have to treat them as you wish to be treated. Your heart is a powerful force. Use it consciously. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. In one drop of water are found all the secrets of all the oceans. In one aspect of you are found all the aspects of existence. Why can you see the stars at night, but not the light? Ruin is a gift. Ruin is the road to transformation. We remember the past, live in the present, and write the future. What cannot be said above all must not be silenced but written. You are all the colors in one, at full brightness. Forbearance in the face of fate, beauty constant under torture, are not merely passive. They are a positive achievement, an explicit triumph. Let the speaker speak truly and the judge decide justly. The trouble with fiction, said John Rivers, is that it makes too much sense. Reality never makes sense. Anyone can hide. Facing up to things, working through them, that's what makes you strong. The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Every beginner possesses a great potential to be an expert in his or her chosen field. Yet we must say something when those who say the most are saying nothing. He alone is free who lives with free consent under the entire guidance of reason. Common sense in an uncommon degree is what the world calls wisdom. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. People are the most difficult thing in the world to change. Price of peace could only be valued by people who had suffered loss in the war. It is a fool's prerogative to utter truths that no one else will speak. Using our trauma as an excuse to cause trauma to others was inexcusable. Truth persuades by teaching, but does not teach by persuading. Man is but a reed, the most feeble thing in nature, but he is a thinking reed. Learn as much as you can. Love as much as you should. Grace isn't a little prayer you chant before receiving a meal. It's a way to live. The truth was only another mask, even if it was the best fit, the closest to skin and all that lay beneath. Focus your heart, mind, and soul on joy, and you'll find ultimate success and fulfillment. Because horror on earth is real and it is every day. It is like a flower or like the sun. It cannot be contained. A life of sacrifice is the pinnacle of art and is full of true joy. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change. Most don't deserve your tears, and the ones that do will never make you cry. Nothing in this world compares to the comfort and security of having someone just hold your hand. If you tend to a flower, it will bloom, no matter how many weeds surround it. Jasta had once defined a fool as a person who ignored information because it disagreed with desired results. It takes nothing to stay in poverty, but everything to break free from it. Every challenge you face today makes you stronger tomorrow. The challenge of life is intended to make you better, not bitter. The man who writes about himself and his own time is the only man who writes about all people and all time. Everyday gratitude sweetens what appears flavorless and brightens all that appears dim. You pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too. That's a part of it. You don't need to understand what the world is. Just let your life flow with it and become something. The one ironclad rule is that I have to try. I have to walk into my writing room and pick up my pen every weekday morning. There's no solution to life. There's going to be problems no matter what. Feet sandaled with dreams tread paths of vision leading to wisdom's sharp peaks. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. Wherever you end up, Jack whispered into my ear, I wish you clear skies. Always. Prepare yourself for success. You have to see it coming to get there. It isn't a sadness, but a joy that we don't do the same things for the length of our lives. Happiness is permanent. What is temporary is sadness. The ways of fate are indeed hard to understand. If there is not some compensation hereafter, then the world is a cruel jest. Be a surfer. Watch the ocean. Figure out where the big waves are breaking and adjust accordingly. If it didn't come with being humiliated, it wouldn't be my life at all. If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet door. You not only are hunted by others, you unknowingly hunt yourself. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what this storm's all about. Misconceptions play a prominent role in my view of the world. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be someone. Now I realize I should have been more specific. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. Peace is not happenstance. It is a living fire that must be fed constantly. It must be tended with vigilance, else it dies out. The beginning is the most important part of the work. All the things we experience in life can be separated into two realms, the realm of the concept and the realm of the senses. Not knowing you can't do something is sometimes all it takes to do it. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. Every life is different because you passed this way and touched history. Everything you want in life is a relationship away. Everything, no matter how beautiful, is only with us for a while. Mostly, the world sees you the way you see yourself. No persons are more frequently wrong than those who will not admit they are wrong. If the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever. That is why enemies can be great motivators. They serve as fuel for your fire. Life isn't as serious as the mind makes it out to be. If an apology is followed by an excuse or a reason, it means they are going to commit same mistake again they just apologized for. You are forgiven for your happiness and your successes only if you generously consent to share them. We need to renew ourselves often. Even temples need renovation. I know because I read, your mind is not a cage. It's a garden, and it requires cultivating. If you're jealous of someone else, it simply means you have not come to a true acceptance and appreciation of yourself. Truth is as straight as an arrow, while a lie swivels like a snake. It is an occupational hazard that anyone who has spent her life learning how to lie eventually becomes bad at telling the truth. The point of modernity is to live a life without illusions while not becoming disillusioned. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Each time we don't say what we want to say, we're dying. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. It was amazing how it worked. The tiniest bit of truth made credible the greatest lies. To invent your own life's meaning is not easy, but it's still allowed, and I think you'll be happier for the trouble. Being born is like being kidnapped, and then sold into slavery. Sometimes you need a little crisis to get your adrenaline flowing and help you realize your potential. It was like when you ripped a piece of paper into two. No matter how you tried, the seams never fit exactly right again. We testify of what we have experienced and witnessed. May our testimony inspire others to share their story. Compromise brings harmony to both, happiness to none. Tried living in the real world instead of a shell, but I was bored before I even began. Some stories wait their turn to be told. Others just tap you on the shoulder and insist you tell them. A hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. Smile at strangers and you just might change a life. What's even more messed up than funerals is the way people treat you after the funeral, like you're diseased or something. Even if you don't have all the things you want, be grateful for the things you don't have that you don't want.